Welcome, Mickey. And I want to say welcome to Veda. There's a secret guest hiding in Mickey's room. We'll just call her out. And Audrey is already on. Hi, Audrey.
Hi, Audrey. Hi, sugar.
And
Hi, honey.
I'm trying to see. I see Audrey on. I think she's the only one on right now. And I was right before we went live when I was doing all my little typing, I saw that Martin said he was going to be on, but I don't see him on quite yet, but we are expecting him. So welcome everybody. Today is the February full moon. Oh my God, what month is it? February full moon. What's going on today?
Oh, hi. Hold on one sec.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I had something on in the kitchen and I had completely forgotten. I
Oh,
was just stuff on my face. So I forgot. Thank God there is a secret person in the house. You
well,
just saved the bacon, quite literally.
I welcome everyone. I do. I do.
Um, what did you just ask me?
Well, yeah, let's just start by telling people that it's been a kind of crazy month.
Oh, it's been a crazy 24, 48 hours. Um,
Yeah.
We were both laughing just before we started earlier today about how crazy it really has been and what it might mean that it's crazy. And then because of some of what's going on, it made me really think deeply about it and realize that I was seeing patterns in the sequence of stuff that was happening. So as the day has gone on, there's been a lot more of that even than when you and I were talking, Kate. So the day has gone really differently than I anticipated. But we noted that this is a loop that we're looking at where everything about our lives in the last couple of months has started to show itself as a loop of things that are happening but for a reason. We're starting to see a pattern to it. I'm starting to notice that out of 10 different lessons that come up to me in my day or whatever in my life, out of those 10, at least seven of them are all about a certain thing that, hey, I hadn't put that together and realized this is what I'm learning. There was the beginning of it. There was the point where I thought I knew what I was doing. There was the comeback that says, well, maybe you learned some of it, but what about this and this and this? So you learn to think of it differently. And you and I spoke earlier today about the fact that once you see the small cycles, and then you notice that they're part of a bigger bunch of cycles, and oh, we think we're seeing a whole loop in life at the moment whose purpose is to teach us something else that we hadn't anticipated.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm caught up in. Now, sadly, this particular loop was initiated by me beginning with the passing of a very close friend. And then as I'm reeling from that, you and I know that there's been a very important loss that occurred within the Sethian community.
Mhm.
So we were all talking about having lost Rick Stack
Right. And we talked about
in New
that the
York.
last time. Yeah.
Right. So I was still reeling from that, particularly since it was a very personal loss to me. He was a big part of my whole trip of getting into Seth. He led me into it, me and two of my friends.
Mhm.
So that had an impact. Well, I scarcely reel from that when, in another area of study of woo woo in a different way, scientific woo woo, all of a sudden, out of the blue, the person at the very top of that community had a massive stroke, and within a week, he's gone.
Mhm. It's less than a week.
Oh, yeah. And what can I say? That's three in 3 months. And I'm just kind of really still reeling from it. So my, excuse me, my demeanor this time is a lot of different things.
Mhm.
It's more serious I feel like me and everything, but who is that? Because the me, as I defined myself before, included some entities who no longer impact my life in the same way. They haven't gone anywhere. I'm also reminded of that. But I'm being forced very abruptly to handle the awareness that they haven't gone anywhere. So I'm looking at different things manifesting to me in terms of what I have to deal with than I even thought I'd be dealing with, you know. And I wanted to ask others because I don't know that much about your lives, everybody. And we don't get to hear about the little nuances of things that are going on in your families, in your relationships, your friends. I mean, these things are happening. And I'm being reminded that that has a big impact on how you process and understand all of the set information. It's all about the dynamics of being here. Now, we're concentrating on the fact that we want to know how to make things happen the way we want and what's the truth about the way they happen and blah, 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 blah. But there's a whole lot involved in the very fact that we're here and how those little pieces work together. You know, they're families, they're circles of friends, they're this and that. But all of it has to do with what we programmed, the script we wrote. And so we have to examine those things that are coming up and say, what was I supposed to get out of that? Even when it's not fun. What was the reason? What excuse did that have for being in my periphery? You know, how dare I make me deal with that, even that, you know? So I looked at what we said today earlier and it really threw me. The things, the insights that you put in, the things that you shared to pull me up and say, but what about this and this and this? So I wanted to just say to everyone else, pay attention to what's going on. Even if it's somebody you may not think of as being your most pleasant association, there was a reason that they were in your life. So make sure you really think about the stuff. Try to be as non-judgmental as you can as you examine it, but don't fail to examine it.
Mhm. You know, and I always say hindsight is great, right? After something is all completed, we can
2020.
say, oh, I know why that happened. And what I have noticed lately is I'm starting to get it sooner. Like
Yes.
not when it's happening, but I'm putting some pieces together. For instance, you know, we did talk about this earlier, is we have been working on manifesting. And
Right.
I remember, maybe 8 months ago, manifesting a new place to live. And I put some things in place. And
Ah,
those things in place are actually going to take about 2 years to come to fruition. And I realized that I put that unknowingly, you know, I put that restriction on the fact that I
yes.
wanted to find a new place to live, that it's
Yes.
not even going to start for 2 years. and, and did I do that on purpose? Hell no. You know, it was totally by accident. But when we say, you know, be careful what you wish for, because God always says yes, and
Oh,
and it's going to happen.
thank you,
we,
Marco.
we sometimes think of things and put those in place, and they're going to happen. um, so when Mickey says, you know, be careful with your words, be careful with your actions, don't be judgmental on yourself, and try to correct sometimes if you say things, you know, that are gonna
Yeah.
thwart whatever moving forward. correct that as fast as you can, you know.
Yeah.
And we're learning, but I'm starting to catch it much sooner. I used to
Yes.
not even recognize it. So now I'm recognizing it. It's still a little bit after the fact, but it's getting closer and closer to me not doing it. And I don't think I do it as much anymore. Um, and
I
then
think,
there's health things
oh,
that happen too, and there's reasons for those. Like letting go of something that you've been holding on for your entire life, for dear life, because
yeah,
you thought you had to have it, you had to do this. And I started, if anybody has looked at the website or the um, website or YouTube, I have done a meditation called Brain Bliss. And
yeah,
there's information about that there, but it includes some tapping on that. And I started tapping to release old emotions and energies. And oh boy, am I releasing now. Not necessarily in any way I would have hoped to do, but it's
yes,
happening.
yeah.
It's happening in a very physical way. So,
Well, you're actively uh, getting involved in the script writing that you did. You're adding to the script and editing the script that you came here with, which to me is what I'm trying to do. It was fine to discover that I'm living the script I wrote. I agreed to come here and do blah, blah, blah.
mhm,
But then to discover that it was not too late to actually make edits.
yeah.
So it's, learning how to edit and so forth. And when we were talking about judging stuff and seeing things sooner and sooner, I
Mhm,
think that's the whole idea of why we keep doing a particular lesson over and over, because every time it repeats, you get something different out of it. And
right.
to me, that means you start to see this situation about to happen before it actually does. Sometimes you're examining how did that happen, but you get to the point where you're saying, "Oh, I better watch it because that looks like it could turn into what I just wrote."
Yep. Yep.
And you
It's like,
start to see the thing from a greater and greater distance, and
mhm,
eventually it doesn't happen. It doesn't
right,
even
right,
come up because
right.
I know better than to even get in a position for that to be possible.
Mhm. It's like a deja vu moment. You know to
Exactly.
step aside. And our Seth, he said, just change your focus. You
Exactly.
can change things. Just change the focus a little bit. Concentrate on a different way, a more positive way, right? And that's we talked about that. We talk about that every month. Positivity. We want to be positive in our thinking, in our interactions with people, with situations. Um, the more positive we can be, the better.
I'd like to interject here that don't think that it's going to always be positive every time you do it when you first start. Because this thing about change your focus, yeah, that's the deal. You change your focus. But also, the deal is the first few times you try it, you might fail miserably. I do. I'm saying
Well,
that because I
well.
have stuff I know that I shouldn't do in my head.
Mhm.
And when it comes up, it's, well, just change the focus. Yeah, I change it. And then less than a half a second later, it's still trying to come into my head, and you got to change your focus again.
Right,
Well, by
right,
the time you've done it 5 times, you're like, oh, crap. But you can't. You got to understand that it hasn't become a habit yet to not
right,
think that way.
right. So
So you're
for
working
me,
on a habit.
yes. So for me as a hypnotist, that is key. Our
Exactly.
our conscious mind likes to do things the easy way. And the easy way is the way it knows how to do it. To change that easy way takes a lot of work. And as soon as you let your guard down, that conscious mind is going to jump right in and go back to that old pattern. So it is a practice. That we talk about spirituality, and it's a practice, and we practice this every day. Every day.
Yeah.
And I will say this, and I usually say this to all my students. I'm like, I know how to say these things. I can talk to people. I can help train people. But when it comes to my own life, sometimes I forget. So
Thank you.
I always tell my students, I'm like, you say those words right back to me. And when you see that I need to hear them, because sometimes I don't think about doing the simplest little things.
Hmm.
that are very beneficial, like Ho'oponopono, right?
Yeah.
That's an amazing quick fix to anxiety, to a lot of problems. And I rarely think about doing it until somebody brings it up. So that
I'm glad you just brought it up. Okay. I am. I was sitting there going, oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Ho'oponopono, it's an amazing, and
Yeah.
for those of you that don't know what it is, it's just four simple phrases. It's, let's see, I love you, thank you, please forgive me, and I'm sorry.
I'm
Those
sorry.
four
Okay.
phrases, doesn't matter in any order that you say them, and you're saying them to yourself, your higher self. You
Right.
are saying, um, so say something's got you in anxiety and you really don't have any reason for it. You know, it just happens. So you would say to yourself, I love you. I am so glad that you're with me. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I don't even need to know what is causing this because you know it. And
Yeah. Exactly.
always being there. And that's an important part. Our conscious mind does not need to know what's the cause. We just
Right.
need to know that our higher self can kind of wipe it away and set us
It's
back to
trusting that.
zero point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Trusting that I don't need to know all that other crap because you're the big deal. You're the higher self. You do you, boo. As I say,
Exactly.
you do you, boo. That's it.
It's like when we go
I'm
down
just gonna watch you see.
yeah, when we go down to the lab and we lay on the table and we just ask the higher self, just yeah, scan the body and do
Hey,
your thing,
take care of that
fix
for me,
whatever you
okay?
find wrong, and
Handle that.
we trust that it happens. And even when like me as a Reiki practitioner, when I work on someone else, I trust that their higher self is receiving the
Yeah.
love and the energy, and that higher self and the person I'm treating are the ones doing the healing, not me.
Yes.
Not me. I'm just facilitating the energy. Um, and you know, it's mostly because we all don't think to do it for ourselves,
Right.
but we're all we have. You know, it's up to us to take care of
We're
our.
all that is.
We are all that is, as a matter
That's
of
it,
fact.
folks.
Yep, that's it in a
Yeah.
nutshell. I guess we can end now.
Oh, and by the way, I will say something I said to you earlier today. I just watched a movie called Infinite, and I'm freaked out because it's as if Seth wrote a movie, and it really flipped me out because the extent of that. Folks, go Google it. It's called Infinite. And ladies, it's even got Mark Wahlberg in it. But anyway,
Now, I've been searching for this movie for 2 days. I could find it on Google, but I could not find it streaming. I finally found it. It is on Amazon Prime to
ah,
rent. So
okay.
it's not a free movie that I can find yet, but in England it is free on Netflix.
It's free on Netflix.
But I can't even find it on Netflix at all. So
Yeah. Well,
so
it blew me away.
it's not an easy movie to find, but it is out there. I put it on my watch list, so I
It
didn't
is
rent
worth
it yet.
whatever it costs to rent it. Trust me. More to this community than any other I can think of.
Mhm.
So, folks, it's really interesting to see Seth's principles as a script.
Nice, nice. I am really looking
Like
for
Oversoul 7,
right.
putting it
Yes,
a fictional context, and it
that
works
would
very well.
that would make such a great movie.
It would. I
There,
think
there.
it was attempted. They tried to talk
Um,
to them about to Jane and Rob about it, and I forget what happened, but it just
There,
didn't
so there
come
are
off.
people in Hollywood that have the rights to the script, and I want to say Linda Madden Dahl may have had some part in that, but it's never come to a movie. But there is someone in Hollywood that has the rights to the script, and I believe the script has even been written.
I think I've heard something like that.
Hmm. Yeah,
Gosh, I hope it comes about soon.
it's been years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wish it would actually happen. I'm
hmm,
putting it out there.
it would be awesome. It would be.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So so we got full moon. It happened actually at like 7 a.m. this morning here in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a time to recognize all of the manifestation that we've been putting in place. All our intentions are coming
Oh,
about,
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
and even 2 weeks ago, even months ago. But
Yeah.
even though we don't see final things happening, we're seeing stepping closer to what they are, and
Right.
in
Progress.
we're seeing progress. Yes. Um, and different things that you can do for this full moon is open your heart to receive, right? So part of that brain bliss is releasing even the good stuff in you to make room for better stuff in you. And I tell everybody, please go over. It's under meditation. It's not under the journeys. And it's
Mm.
like 20 minutes and it's a wonderful meditation. And I have a link to the gentleman. I can't remember his name right now, but there's a link to him and his website. It was just an amazing meditation, but it released so much energy that is allowing more and more to come. And it, I'm recognizing different things that's happening in my life now that is working its way, showing progress towards things that I have been setting in place for
Right.
a couple of months now.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
we need to just be heart open to be able to receive. And sometimes it's hard to receive. You know, we are so used to give, do.
Yeah.
It's time to receive for yourselves. And this receiving is really coming from you, your higher self, your beings of light, the universe.
Yes. That's so true. And
Hmm.
it's all about not falling for the guilt trip that the world tries to lay on you about getting anything. You
Right.
must give, you must donate, you must take care of, you must. Well, the first person to give to, donate to, and take care of is staring at you from a mirror.
Yeah. Right. No
Start there.
guilt, no guilt and no judgment. Just
Right.
wipe those right out of your
Yeah.
mind.
Start with, as was it Michael Jackson says, the man in the mirror?
Yeah.
Hey, I love that song. I
Yep,
love
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
it.
So I think our meditation today is really going to be about receiving
Yeah. I
and
agree. That
about
would be great.
allowing and doing that heart opening. And, I recorded the meditation. I'd like to do some tapping. I just don't know that it's going to work real well, but
I love tapping. I got really deeply into it when it was first out,
and
and it's
and
just
you learn the whole process.
amazingly, yeah, it's very, very, very effective.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, it
it
is.
really is. It's a whole study of its own. It's like with the folks who get into the tensor tools, the
Mhm,
bracelets and stuff, and the
mhm.
you know, learning to make the copper wire twisted into the various sacred qubits and all that kind of stuff. This is the same kind of thing. It
Now,
really, really is.
if you want to look it up, there's lots of it on YouTube. It's
Yeah.
called EFT
EFT.
for Emotional Freedom Technique. It used to be called Emotional Freedom Tapping, but they changed
Right.
the name. So
I
now
don't know why, but they did.
Emotional Freedom Technique. But the tapping that I'm going to do today is really just the heart space.
Mm.
The real with the other tapping. Oh, Audrey said I tried it once and got an anxiety attack and never tried it again.
Really?
Whoa.
Well, what happened then is that it brought the anxiety you had in there, it brought it up to the surface. So the only thing left then would have been to go ahead through it to the other side so that you could see it was controllable.
Hmm.
That's what it's about, bringing something out, up and out, to
Hmm.
where you can, oh, was that in there? Let me handle that.
Now, what I would suggest, Audrey, is you could try that. Audrey says I ran from it. You could try going through it, or you can just not do that part
I
of.
do.
Just don't do the tapping. Just go with the flow of the meditation. And that goes for anybody. these are all suggestions.
Yeah.
There are different things that Mickey and I learn, we talk about, things that we come across, and we try to bring them to you. And I told her just yesterday, if I did what every single teacher that I've learned from said I need to do every day, I wouldn't have time to do anything else.
Right.
Every
Yeah.
teacher has their specialty that they want you to do every day. So what I always say is you pick what feels right to you and stick with it. And then
Right.
if it changes and you think, well, I'd like to try this other thing, and gosh, I remember doing that a long time ago, then
Right.
you have those tools as well.
Right. I agree.
Audrey says she's going to try it.
Oh, good, sweetie.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And if at any point in it you feel uncomfortable, come out. You
Yeah.
know?
And that's an important part. You are in charge of your meditation. You can open your eyes, you can
Your
become
lab. And you do
absolutely
as you
wide
please
awake
in it.
anytime you want during the
Yeah.
meditation. You
Yeah.
do
It's
not
your lab.
have to stick it out to the end if you don't want to. That's fine.
Yeah. I agree.
But it'll be very familiar. We're not gonna do anything really out of the ordinary. Just
No.
a little bit of releasing right here. Yeah. Make way for some good stuff. So what's going on in the, like, I hear a lot about Pluto right now. What is Pluto doing?
Well, Pluto is starting to do what it's going to do. I mean, the whole thing is not so much, well, what's it doing right now? It's getting ready to do its thing because its thing isn't about to be over. It's building up into a loop, into a cycle, like we're talking about, but it's going to be 20 years.
20
So
years.
the stuff that's happening now is where it's beginning to align. It's beginning to have a conversation with some of the other planets and say, well, if you and I were to get together, what would we do? And then they'll go and talk to Saturn and say, well, if you and I were to get together. And right now, it's this whole thing um, of moving from one cycle into another. And all of these things are about to come together. So, what we were saying before about get ready for the transformations, that's even more true. It's not like that's over. Now, I'll give you an example. Look at all the stuff that's been coming out in the political arena about, and then this one said this, what? And then this one did that, what? And it's all stuff you weren't expecting. So no matter what it is that came out in the last 2 or 3 months that caused everybody to go, oh my God, I can't believe they said that. That's just the beginning. And as we keep going, the stuff gets more and more outrageous because you're seeing a transformation of what we thought was the depths of where someone was coming from. So there's more. What you see is being transformed into a different image, which means you have to make different decisions, or you have to make your decisions based on a whole different set of reasons and bases than what you thought you were using to formulate your opinion. Everybody's being made to reevaluate because in the eyes of a big transformation, that's what's left after the dust settles. Oh, everything's different. Now what do I see? Now what do I feel? Now what do I need to do? So that's what this is about. We're just beginning to see some of the more potent transformations. And if you want to get out in front of it, the way that I know of to do that is consider your life and look at the things that you've hidden, the things that you feel you got away with, because it's remained unknown and hidden. Well, this is your last shot at go in there and start dealing with this stuff and make it as right as you can because it's getting ready to come out anyway. Pluto is about, aha, got ya. Did anybody know about this? Did anybody know about that? Well, how about this part? So get out in front of it. All right.
Good advice. Good advice. Yeah. Great. All right. Well, Is anyone else on? So I'm only seeing Audrey. Um, well, there's someone else on. I just don't know who they are. So whoever that might be. Well, are we ready to go into this meditation?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
So is Veda ready too?
Oh, I don't know if she's going to join us. Are you going to meditate with us? Oh, she says she might do that. Okay.
Nice. Oh, my friend Susan is on. Hi, Susan. Nice
Hello,
to see you.
Susan.
All right. Well, then I'm glad you spoke up. We are going to jump into our meditation.
Okay.
Um, so everybody
This
just
is
get into a quiet. So I'd like for everybody to just get very comfortable. Sit, listen to my voice. We're just going to take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And again, in and out. And I'm going to relax different parts of your body. Just focus on each part as I mention it. Let's focus on your scalp. Release any tensions you might feel there. And now concentrate on your face, your cheeks, your nose, your lips, your jaw. Just part your teeth slightly and relax all the muscles in your face. And now your neck. Release all tensions, all worries, all stress that you may be holding there. And focus on your shoulders, releasing stress there. Just allow your shoulder blades to just slide down your back like butter. And your arms, relax your arms, even shake your hands out a little bit. Relax all tensions there. And now focus on your chest, feeling your heart space, relaxing all the muscles there. Let everything go. In your back, release all the tension in your back. Just let it flow down your spine, all the way down your legs to your feet. Just let those tensions go to Mother Earth. And your torso, relax all the muscles in your belly, your hips, your buttocks. Let all the tensions go. And focus on your legs, your thighs, your calves. Relax all the muscles there. And your feet. Notice your feet. And notice how connected they are to the earth. All these tensions and knots and little places in our body that has felt tight or sore. Just you're releasing them. They're flowing all the way down your central channel, down your legs, and out the soles of your feet to Mother Earth, connecting you to the earth, grounding you to the earth. It feels so good to be so relaxed, to have released tension in our bodies. Now, focus your attention to your heart space. And I'm going to do the 3 to 1 count to go deeper and deeper into this beautiful space, this safe space that we call our lab. So take a deep breath in. 3, 3, 3. And deep breath in. 2, 2, 2. And one more breath in. 1, 1, 1. Beautiful. Know that every time you take a deep, deep breath, you are going into a deeper place of mind, a better consciousness, a healthier place of mind. And now I'm going to count down from 1 to 10. Oh, let's change that. We're going to go from 10 to 1. Down our steps. Notice the carpeting on the steps. We're at the top step. And you can look down the steps into the room. There's a smooth wooden bar to hold on to. And we're going to go down very slowly. 10, 9, going deeper and deeper. 8, 7, deeper and deeper. 6, 5, 4, deeper and deeper. 3, 2, deeper. And 1. We are now in our meditation room. And we know this room so familiar. You have decorated it just as you wish. And from this room, various doors that go to your lab, that go to your apartment, penthouse, and the quantum door. And that's where we want to stand, right in front of that quantum door. Take a deep breath in and out. And with intention, intend that you will receive all that you need once we cross this door into this quantum place where our guides and our angels and our loved ones and our higher self, all those that we want to hear from, that we want to speak with, will be on the other side of this door. So set your intention to receive all that you need. Now I'm going to count to 3, and on 3 the door is going to open. It opens outward, and then you can walk, jump, hop, skip out that door. 1, 2, the door is starting to open. 3, the door is open. And now cross into your quantum world. And we're going to just walk straight ahead. We're on the grass. And listen, you can hear the creek. You can hear the water rushing. Take a moment and just smell the beautiful earthen smells of the mud along the sides of the creek. You can smell the earth, the flowers and the trees. You can hear some birds in the distance. It's a beautiful, sunny, warm day. And now let's walk forward a little bit more. And we see a little clearing, a little meadow ahead of us. And we're just going to go and we're going to sit down in this meadow. And it feels so comfortable. The soft grass. Oh, some might have soft moss. Or you might just be in with a bunch of flowers. Your place will be exactly right for you. You can feel the warm sun on your skin and feel a cool breeze. Feel it across your face, blowing your clothes, blowing your hair. And at this point, you may lie down or you can lean back. But I would like for you to cross your hands over your heart space. And now tap lightly on your heart space. And say silently to yourself with me, I release all tension I'm holding on to. I release all memories that do not serve me. I release any hurts that I am holding on to. I even release the good stuff that's all about me, making way for even better stuff. And now you can stop tapping. And with your heart space open, just know that you are going to allow yourself to receive all that you need today. Receive all the gold from the universe. Receive all the blessings. Receive all the abundance. Now, what each person receives will be very individual. But with your heart space open, allow all of the sweet things, all of the good things in life to come your way. Now just lay here or lean back and receive. And I'm just going to stay here. Let us be in this moment for a couple of minutes. Now I'd like you to place your hands over your heart again. And again, tap with me, saying to yourself, I choose love. I choose abundance. Abundance of health. Abundance of friends. Abundance of family. Abundance of love. Abundance of compassion. Abundance of peace. Abundance of joy. I choose every day to be in this new reality of love, of compassion, of peace, and of joy. Now you may stop tapping, relax your hands. know that every day, in every way, you are getting better and better. Now just relax. Let's give this a few moments to sink in, because your abundance is very special to you. And everyone's could be just a little different. Receive. Receive all it is has to give you. Now take the time to thank the universe. Thank all that is for all that you have received and all that you will continue to receive. This is the time of receiving. The full moon is upon us. So as you stand up, and we're going to walk back towards that quantum door, again, taking in all the beauty around us. That's all a part of receiving. Receive the beauty in that you can see, that you can smell, that you can taste, that you can hear. Why, even that when you can touch. Slide your hand over the plants, the silkiness of the flowers. There is so much gratitude in our hearts for what we have received and what we will continue to receive. So we've made it now to the quantum door, and we're now inside our meditation room, and the door is closing. And just take a few minutes to just rest at your meditation room. Take a deep breath in and out. Accepting and being open to all of the beauty the universe has to offer you. Know that you deserve all that you can receive. And know that the universe always says yes. The universe is going to set into place everything that you need, everything that you desire. You can take the time to thank your higher self, your guides, that special being that you like to speak to, that you have such gratitude that being is always with you, always listening, always there to lend a helping hand. Now I'm going to count to 5, and on the count of 5, you are going to be wide awake, feeling better than ever. You're going to feel like you had a wonderful sleep, a good nap. And you'll be wide awake and you will remember everything. Now here we go. 1, 2, and coming up very nicely. 3, 4, coming up nicely. And 5, eyes open, wide awake, feeling wonderful all over. Welcome back. Oh, I have to get Zoom back. Let's see, where is it? That is not Zoom. There it is. Oh, okay. Oh, Mickey, you're back. I had a hard time getting back.
I did too. It
Wow.
was I'm back, but it was deep. And I
Wow.
stumbled for a second coming out. I was like, no, we can stay a little longer. No.
Oh. And it was about 22 minutes. So,
It's not bad.
interesting.
It seemed,
Interesting. Pardon me?
it seemed longer because I was really deep,
Yeah.
but yet I was completely aware.
Good. I would like to shout out to Audrey to specifically ask, how are you? I did very, very light and very short tapping. I just want to
Yeah,
see that you're okay, and how did you feel?
how was it, girl?
And Susan, I'm more than happy to hear from you too. It's just Audrey said all is good. Yay!
Hey, I got it.
Awesome. So
And
no
you,
no anxiety.
and he said, he enjoyed it. Yeah.
Thanks, Veda.
We're going to kidnap her in. You just watch. This was the starting gun. We're going to drag her in.
Well, sometimes we do drag people in, kicking and screaming even.
Well, we all have some real interesting manifestations that we're working on. And
Right.
things are bursting forth that we've set up before. And this is truly the full moon because it all drops now and it unfolds over the next 3 or 4 days
Yep.
that stuff you had not thought about will start going, hey, here I am. Hey, remember me?
Yeah.
And so,
All right. Well, Susan said, very nice. She really needed that. And Audrey said the tapping she first tried was on her face. So when you do the entire EFT, yes, they start here and then it's tapping here and
right.
there's a tapping here and there is other places. This one is a very simplified, easy version just to release anything that you're holding on to. So,
There are those meridians in the body where different routes through the body cross each other. It's like when you're driving in town and you come to intersections. You might not be going that way, but you can see other things going by. And then you stop long enough to let things do what they're doing, and then you continue the way you're trying to go. That's kind of what the energy in you is doing when you're tapping. You're putting your finger right in the middle of the intersection saying, ha, we're going to hold you two together and watch it flow at the same time.
mhm. And when and intersections is a great way to put this, that we all understand that, but wherever you have those meridians that come together, joints in your body do the same thing. It's where energy tends to clog, I guess.
Yeah.
And the
Yes,
tapping helps to release that, to break it up, sort of. You know, even way back in old days when people would have pneumonia, what did they do? But they tapped on your lungs, right? To break up the congestion that was there.
right.
So this is an energetic way of breaking up the flow so that everything flows easier. Connecting us to the earth at first was important. Making sure that connection was there. Because if you're not connected to the earth, the energy has nowhere to go.
It's moving around in you and then it wants to go out.
Hmm.
And it needs to go down and out, not up and out. It needs to go down and out. Stuff is coming in here in that chakra and coming flowing through. Now, when you're doing stuff in your body, you do start with your root chakra and this and that, and you come up.
Hmm.
But there's things you do where you need the energy coming to you the stuff that's bringing the wisdom in, it's got to keep going and go through all the chakras and out.
Hmm.
It goes back into the earth. It goes back into the universe. It goes, you know, a
It,
frequency is a
it's
whole list of different movements.
and it is that Taurus, that toroid donut looking like thing that keeps the energy moving constantly.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ring, the
yeah.
ring of life. Yes.
I love it. I love it. So I'm glad that Susan and Audrey had a good experience. That was a very simple, kind of tapping. Very
That
simple.
was, that was nice. Yeah.
It feels good. I mean, how many times, we give to our families, we give to friends, we give our energy to our pets. How often do we just take the time to receive for ourselves? And it is so important to do that. We have to be recharged if we're going to be any good in this world.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's what it's all about. You
Mhm.
gotta let it in and let it out, and that's it.
Mhm. So that brain bliss meditation, I've been doing that first thing every morning. And to choose to live in love and compassion and gratitude and joy is just it does change your outlook on life throughout the day.
So
Yeah. And
it's
it's
so,
practice. You know,
good.
I'm still, when I wake up and it's like, oh, I don't have to do that. I can do this, I can do that, but just take the time to spend that 20 minutes meditating before you even get out of bed.
Goes differently if you allow it to.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's it. You allow. Life's different when you allow.
It is. I
It's
mean,
still on purpose and then,
right.
it's end and blah, blah, blah. But guess what? There's a point at which you start to trust your choices so much that you stop worrying about making them. You know that you will automatically do things that are for your own benefit,
Yeah.
and you trust it.
Yeah.
You trust it.
And that comes with practice. And it
Yes.
comes, you have to change that conscious brain, and eventually it will say, oh, it's a lot nicer in that place.
It does happen, and it's something that you work on for the rest of the time. I mean, just like people who are in the audience and might hear this or run into it on YouTube or wherever, it could be in their 20s, they could be teens, they could be 30-year-olds, they could be 50-year-olds. I'm 77 and I'm still working on it real much. Trust me. I've been working my butt off on stuff today. Okay. Today. All right. So yeah.
And we all work on it every day, and know that we're all here. This is a wonderful community. We are here, for you guys, and I know that you guys are all here for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And when y'all don't show up, we miss you. That's so funny. Yes, I see you too. Oh gosh. And
Almost others, but
And I and I have to say, as far as this has been like this year has been very disruptive for me personally.
yeah.
And like I've been last night, I actually sat and I updated the website with the last 3 times we've been together with meditations. I've been so behind. I do get them on Facebook, thank God, or not on Facebook, on YouTube, but I didn't have them on the website. So now everything is up to date, and I plan on sitting home tonight and doing it tonight. I got into it, it's so easy, the conscious brain lets me go into a place of procrastination. And but then I worry about it, and I'm like, that is so silly. Just do it, get it over with, and you don't have to think about it anymore. So
I don't like to speak about procrastination. Okay, I can only speak from the pages of Wikipedia and the dictionary because when you look it up, That's where I am, speaking and smiling out at you. I'm the spirit of procrastination.
Ah,
It's so Scorpio. So he's not allowed to say a word.
well, I mean, I know that I feel better when I have everything done in, it just, it's like
Yeah,
something that
feels
holds
better.
over me. It's terrible.
Yeah,
So,
feels
so,
better. That
so
you got.
last night I was caught up. Today I'm behind again. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Not to mention the fact that I still have to do like business taxes and things like that that I've been putting off. So, yeah.
We're all going through our various little things right now. Uh, to even give an illustration, I'm sitting here. You might have noticed or not that I'm in a hoodie. Okay,
Oh,
yo,
yeah.
yo, I'm in a hoodie.
He's in a hoodie.
I'm
And
sitting here
Mickey, why are you in a hoodie?
because I'm sitting here being very warm because I have no heat. I'm waiting for an engineer who is already 2 days late to come and tell me that he's going to fix the boiler. So yeah, this stuff
Mickey
going
hasn't
on.
had
Oh,
heat for 2 days. I wasn't even sure she was going to be able to make it to this.
yeah, this is interesting.
A
But
little
I
bit.
will go. I have a small little what they call a fan heater going in this room,
Mhm.
and but that's okay because when we're through today, Beta and I are going to put a diving board on the side of the big frying pan and dive into some ribs.
I said, turn that oven on. You need to bake.
Because she saved him because I was in here and completely forgot.
Oh, so before when she left the room, I thought, oh, your engineer was in there, but no, she was fixing food.
No, she was looking out for the stuff I had put on the stove and totally forgot about
Okay.
it. So
Well,
let's
I am
get
going to ask everybody that's listening to send some good juju Mickey's way so that her engineer shows up so she doesn't turn into a popsicle.
good idea. What do they call that? What was the chocolate one called?
A
But
fudgicle.
there we go.
A fudgicle. Yeah, we don't want any of that.
No,
Mm-mm.
it's but like I said, we're all going through stuff.
We are.
Um, there are issues that all have to do with that kind of thing that are all in a state of flux.
Hmm.
I can see the reasoning, I can see the loop, I can see what's going on, but that's part of it. And in order to see the rest of what's coming, I had to get to this spot in it. That's okay. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But folks, you can't give up on saying, I know what's going on. And even when I don't know what's going on, the one thing I always know is that it's going to work.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
going to work well.
Right. Right. And our higher self, they have our back.
Yeah.
Just just allow it to come
So I
in.
know it's cool
Hmm.
because I wrote it. I
Yeah.
trust that. I trust that.
Yeah. So I can
Okay.
tell you the crap that I've been going through. I have a kidney stone. I'm trying to pass. I'm trying to get rid of something. And I can't believe that I wrote this in, but I did. And I can see how I held on to things, how there has been so many people in my life that it says, Kate, you just have to let things go. Just
Yeah.
stop
Yeah.
focusing. That's not the right word, but stop dwelling. That was the word. Stop dwelling on things. And I think as I'm releasing now, that's what's going on with me. So I'm,
Yeah.
you know, we all have our little things.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Pulling stones out of things that have to do with being pissed off. Well, I was always told that the only thing better than being pissed off, I mean, the only thing worse than being pissed off is to be pissed on. So,
Right, I got that. And for anybody that wants to hear
I'm so
more about
allowed to
stuff like
cry.
this, Louise Hay's book, Heal Your Mind, Heal Your Body, is that what it is?
I think it's something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. But it talks about different things that are wrong with you and energetically where it came from. So interesting, interesting. But
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely wrote this script, and I don't really know what I'm supposed to be. Well, yeah, I do. It's releasing. I need to let it go. But let me tell you, 2 weeks ago when the pain was so bad, I just wanted to go to the hospital and have them just to get it easy. But no, I'm going through it the holistic way and just letting it, drinking
There's
water. Yep.
always those things that are hard, that are too hard. They need to just be gone.
Yeah.
And you move out of that into a different awareness. You're passing away from that. You're leaving that and all the hardness and mineralness of it, the earthiness.
Yeah, the calcification.
And
Yeah.
the minerals are, it's about those things in your life that are very earthy, essential.
Yeah. So if you think about this energetically, I mean, I don't know, the stuff is just sort of coming to me right now, but they talk about the pineal gland calcifying, and who knows? That could just be breaking off, and that's where it's stuck now, and now I'm just waiting for it to go away.
I think it's so interesting about that part of us and the fact that it will evolve. It is evolving, and more and more it's coming into play. It's becoming a part of our awareness and our existence. So humankind is evolving. There are some things happening. I look at, like I mentioned the movie earlier, there are some themes in the movies now that weren't there before.
Oh,
When I
you are right.
went on Netflix to see the one I was looking at, the Infinite, it's not one of a kind anymore. I
Mm-mm.
looked at the Netflix and immediately saw at least five different movies that were all about reincarnation. They
Oh,
were all
reincarnation, time travel,
yeah,
universe. I mean, oh yeah,
multiple personalities.
it's almost like it's the becoming the norm where it used to be the Marvel comics.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, we're moving. It may not be moving as quickly in some areas of life as we would like for it to, but it's all in a state of flow.
Yeah, and according to Seth, we're just a little over halfway.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
just a
So
little over halfway to where it's
for
over.
fun.
So anyway, I hope y'all had a good time. Susan said, "Thank
Yeah.
you so much, ladies," and she needed to run. So bye,
Bye,
Susan.
sugar. So yeah,
Audrey, so nice to have you on, as
yeah.
always.
That's on Martin. Yeah,
I know, and yes, we do still have to make an appointment to get us all on together too.
yeah. That's gonna
We'll,
be nice.
we'll
But
think
I
about, we'll pay attention to that once you get your boiler and you're nice and toasty warm.
exactly, exactly.
All right.
Nice, everybody.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say bye bye. Thanks for joining us,
Bye.
Beta. Enjoy your ribs.